A special economic zone (SEZ) can be intuitively described as a mini foreign territory or a business laboratory within a country's borders, designed specifically to boost trade and investment by cutting red tape and offering massive incentives. If the rest of the country is a complex house with many rules, the SEZ is a special, simplified wing built with the sole purpose of allowing businesses, especially exporters, to operate at global speed and efficiency. Origin and function. Origin: fixing the bottlenecks. The concept of SEZs in India evolved from the older export processing zones, EPZs, the first of which was set up in Kandla, Gujarat in 1965, the first in Asia. The problem: the EPZ model suffered from too much bureaucracy, unstable tax policies, and poor infrastructure. The solution: the SEZ policy was announced in 2000, and the Comprehensive SEZ Act was passed in 2005. It was specifically designed to overcome these issues by adopting a model similar to successful zones in China, focusing on a stable, world-class incentive package and simplified procedures. Function: the engine for exports. The primary function is to serve as an engine for economic growth, with a focus on exports, investment, and employment. Customs. For trade and taxation purposes, an SEZ unit is treated as being outside the customs territory of India. The 5 objectives of the SEZ Act. 1. Generate additional economic activity. 2. Promote exports of goods and services. 3. Attract domestic and foreign investment, FDI. 4. Create employment opportunities. 5. Develop infrastructure facilities. Initiatives and benefits. The key initiatives are the comprehensive incentives and streamlined regulations provided to both the developer, the one building the SEZ, and the unit, the company operating inside the SEZ. Incentive category: intuitive benefit, fiscal tax. Nose reduced taxes. Units enjoyed a long-term income tax holiday, 100% exemption on export income for the first 5 years, and supplies to SEZ units are treated as zero-rated under GST, meaning no tax is levied. Trade. Duties. Duty-free everything, exemption from customs duty on the import or domestic purchase of goods/raw materials needed for the authorized operations of the unit. Procedural. Single window clearance. Businesses get most of their necessary central and state approvals through a single simplified process, removing the need to chase various departments. Operational. Minimal bureaucracy. Units are only required to achieve a positive net foreign exchange (NFE) cumulatively over 5 years, with high flexibility for subcontracting and operations. Incoming updates. The DESH bill. The SEZ model faced challenges, particularly because the lucrative direct tax exemptions were gradually phased out, sunset clauses, and the policy was seen as too rigid and purely export-focused. The major incoming update is the proposed replacement for the SEZ Act, often referred to as the DESH, Development of Enterprise and Service Hubs Bill. The focus is shifting from a purely export-centric model to a broader employment and economic activity hub. From export-only to dual-use, the key change is to allow units in the new zones to cater to the domestic tariff area (DTA), the rest of India, with greater flexibility. This addresses the rigidity of the current SEZ rules. Sector-specific flexibility. Recent amendments already reduced the minimum land requirement for semiconductor and electronics SEZs from 50 to 10 hectares and allowed these units to sell to the domestic market after paying applicable duties, reflecting a focus on strategic sectors. New tax framework. The DESH scheme aims to provide incentives linked to investment and job creation rather than income tax to make the policy compliant with World Trade Organization (WTO) rules. Ease of doing business. The new framework is expected to simplify compliance even further and create integrated, high-quality infrastructure for both manufacturing and service industries.